Right, because of the number of spare parts I've got from scrapping old cars and collecting things over the years, 21 years, I always thought I'd be fine with this sort of amount of storage, but clearly not. Within years I've filled up with shit. Just got boxes and boxes of parts that I don't really want to throw away, just in case. You know what it's like. So I started looking. I mean, I've got a fair bit of land, so I started looking at shipping containers, but the access to my place is pretty poor. You'd never get a vehicle down the driveway with a shipping container on it. One place did say about parking on the road and then craning that over trees, but that's just a bit dodgy because it's actually on a humpback bridge, so you'd have to stop traffic and they wouldn't do that. I also looked into helicopter delivery, which was going to be a lot of money. There's also train line overhead cables, so they wouldn't go anywhere near it, even if I did pay the expensive cost of delivering it by helicopter. Sort of gave up for a while and then found that there's such thing as flat pack shipping containers. Obviously they're not actual real shipping containers, but they look the part. It's just storage. I'm not going to stick on a boat to China, so I've ordered one of those. I'll stick the price in the here. Yeah, it's been delivered tomorrow, so I've got to have a little tidy up over there with the cars out. I've got all my boxes. These ones I used when I moved house. So I think I'm going to have to stick all my car parts in that and store it away. Okay, it's midday and the flat pack container has just turned up. So here is a little bit of footage of me single-handedly building the flat pack container. The problem is I work so fast, it might look like there's actually 4 people there, but it's not, it's just me. Right, there you go. I've single-handedly built this. Ignore these people. Shush, you're running the video. Yeah, single-handedly built this. God.
Didn't need those jokers from Panda Building. No, God, no.
Yeah. Fair play. It took them an hour to build that. Highly recommended for all your panda needs or something. Oh yeah, the girlfriend's gonna love living out here. And it's hot in here as well. It's only been up for half hour. Ooh. It's not even cold outside, it's warm as fuck in here. I think I'll probably put some of the hexagon lights up here. And then we've got a little plug socket there. Let's run power into it. A little distribution board or something. I can guarantee this will be full up with my shit in probably a week, and I'll need another one. I think they do double decker. Okay. I'm sure I'd get up there though. Stairs on the side. Yeah, that would work. Right, get rid of that. Fuck that tree off out of it. Stick another one up there somewhere. Have stairs going up to that, and then maybe another one on top of that. Or maybe just stuff fucking around. The actual idea is to get rid of the shed, chuck most of the shit in it away, put a few of the tools in there, lose that, probably get a fence panel in there somewhere just to hide it. Put a little roof on there, and I've got a little storage cubby for stuff that can live outside. Stepping into the oven, what sort of person lives in a place like this? David, it's over to you. Right, I've got racking. Originally I was just going to put one rack that side, one rack that side. And then I thought, well, actually it's a bit of a waste of space then, because the rack only comes out like that far. Then I've got all this space, and I'm just going to put things on the floor. So what I did, I've got a rack that goes in there, And a rack that comes along here, and then I'll probably put another rack in there. Give me a bit of room. So I think maybe a little space there for like a little workbench. So I tend to be able to put things out. You know, if I need to pull boxes out, take things out, put them on the side there. That does now mean that I have to build 3 racks. Can I think of something else to do instead? Because I'm quite good at not doing the things I should be doing. Right. I've started unpacking, packing. You get a free hammer. Don't actually remember who I bought this from, but free hammer. Well, I'm a bit confused by marksman. Don't think a marksman has ever used a hammer. Here's Kim Yuji from South Korea. She's the favourite as long as her martial is good. Nope, she's fucked it. She's left the competition wide open. You can see the disappointment on her face. She is going to be gutted with that terrible performance. Up next is new favourite for the competition, Kane Harrison from Great Britain. Up in a little stretch there. He's decided to use a different weapon for this round. Yes, he's done it. You can see he's an introverted and reserved winner. And the other issue is that the shorter of the ones that I bought was only available in a taller length, so it's actually a bit too tall. So I've got to cut a little bit off of it, because that's the height of the longer bays, but the short bay is a little bit too much. Probably have to put my dentures in and bite a chunk of the top of it or something. There we go, just Storylex apparently. And I bought it from a company called Tufferman. But to be honest, if you do a search for racking, it's all the same fucking thing. It's just with a different branded. If you want to get ripped off, then go to Big Doug or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's the same, but just more expensive. Right, it's worth bearing in mind, if you do have to cut these down, make sure you cut the right end, because these keyhole slots only work in one direction. So it goes in, and then it goes in that way, and then slots that way. So this will be the top. There's the shelf go in there, slide down. And what you don't want to do is cut off the bottom, because if not all the same, then all your shelves are going to be wonky. And then all your dildo's going to roll off on the floor on a good day. So make sure you cut the bulbous end. What I'm going to do, mine is literally half an inch too long, but I'm going to cut through the middle of that one somewhere. Another thing that goes without saying when you cut metal is to make sure you look like a total twat. Eye holders, ear holders, the full lot. To give myself a fighting chance of it being the same length, I've just cut them all in this at the same time. Ah, fuck. Now, with all projects, rule 0 is don't be on fire. I'm checking around, nothing's on fire. So, great success. I'm hunting neighbours. She hasn't seen this thing yet. I don't want to make too much noise so she doesn't notice it. No, she hasn't noticed. Carry on. don't want to say you're lazy, but you are just sitting there watching me work. You can roll these for me, can you? We got the words on. You know how letters work, right? So you know which way it goes up. Even you can't get that wrong. I'm gonna have to go and fix this because it should look like that. It actually looks like that. So I have to try and bend that one over. I'll tell you what, the people at pandabuildings.com think of everything, right? There are two locks, a higher and a lower one. Now this is a high one. Now listen, it's a higher note. That's a lower. They think of everything, don't they? So all you've got to do is get them out of your pocket, yeah? Okay, that's the higher one. Get magic. Be quiet, gardening man. Right, there you go. That's the other large one done. It fits in there nicely as well. I've just ordered a little workbench type thing that goes in there. There's a little bit of room down the side there. Maybe put gardening stuff there. And the girlfriend can have that bit for horsey gear. I'm sure they do some sort of magnetic hooks or something I can put on there to hang spades and stuff from. What we're going to do with the floor though, I'm actually thinking about getting some hard wearing lino, a bit of vinyl flooring maybe. Wouldn't be too expensive, would it? Wouldn't be too hard to put down either. Mind you, it'd be a lot easier to put down before filling these racks full of my shit. So I better think about doing that soon. Right, I've added a little off cut of 4x2 lino just to make it nice, because I didn't really like the floor that much. And the lights turn up, so that can go there. When it's pitch black, that's easy enough to see. Not that you're ever really going to be out here in the dark, but if you need to sneak around getting stuff, it's all right. And that stays on for 30 seconds, lets it notices more movement. And then if it's light, then it shouldn't turn on, but I don't think it's ever going to get that light in there. You get a remote control if you want to turn it on continuously. So now I've just got to put everything into boxes and move it all out here. Well, actually, no, there's one more thing I can do. A little space there, needs a workbench. Right, there we go, done. Racking, small racking, more racking, workbench, motion light, turns on when it sees motion obviously, and it's magnetic and just sticks to the ceiling. 4x2 flooring, a little bit of mat, job done. Now I've just got to move all the shit in. Right, now we're going to tackle the biggest issue in here. Well, the biggest issue is room, but obviously a lot of this is going to move into there soon. The biggest issue, as I'm sure you've seen in previous videos, is the flickering lights. And I considered doing the big hexagon lights, but again, not much room. So, when I first put all this in, which was about 8 years ago, put in standard fluorescent tubes. They were shit. They flickered. So I replaced them with LED bulbs. And obviously, you know, again, they flicker. But in the meantime, some years later, they've actually created flicker-free bulbs. So I bought 10 for testing. So I think I only need 10 for this side. Don't really need to turn that side on for filming. So since I already had LED bulbs in there, I shouldn't have to mess around with the ballasts, because I was sure that the ballasts used to be screwed into the sides somewhere. Let's find a better one. But for some reason, there's not. I've got a feeling that these were designed for LED lights. Either that or they're on the inside, I don't really know. So I'm gonna change the old ones out, the old flickering ones out, and then put these ones in, see how it goes. Right, this is one of the old tubes. It's an Osram substitute, 22 watts, or 22.4, I'm not quite sure why they bother with that. They're, as you can see all the way around, they are just plastic. And that's, that line there, you can see that's where the LEDs are glued to. Now the new ones are Hoftronic, German brand. These are 30 watts, so even more brighter. But more importantly, they're not shiny all the way around. They've actually got heat sinks, which will have a reflector in there as well. It's having a fair bit better, and then nice red. I actually quite like the packaging as well. It's my previous ones, literally it was just a little bit of foam stuck on the ends. This has got a plastic cap, and you've got the ballast in case you need to swap over your ballast for your new types. And there you go, protected. So get this installed, have a look. Right, another thing worth mentioning, if you are swapping your fluorescent tubes out for LED tubes, apart from having to change over the ballast, these are powered at only one end. So if you plug it in and it don't work, you've probably gone back to front. These ones do actually say it's got the AC input one side, and the other, it says that side, the other end is internally shorted. So obviously if you plugged it in, you're shorting the live and neutral, it'll just blow the fuse. So let it be a warning, so double check, but it's not like a major issue if you do blow it. You just open up and then flick your switch and try again, but around the right way. Right, I don't know how well this is going to come across, because that's the old one and that's the new one. Obviously cameras don't do a great job at showing brightness, but definitely brighter. Right, I've just got to change another 20. Yeah, it's hard to say for sure, but we might have cracked it. There's no flickering. Nice. Right, it goes without saying you can't just stick all your stuff into boxes and then just put them on a shelf, because otherwise, you know, there's going to be 28 boxes maybe in there. You're not going to find anything. Although it'd be nice and quick if I just chucked it all in these boxes and then put them all in the shipping container. In the long run, that'd do me no favours whatsoever. What I'm having to do is one or two things at a time. Put it in a box and then update my list. Currently on up to box 31. Although there's not 31 boxes in there, because I've already got several boxes under there. They're larger packing boxes. These are slightly smaller, which is handy because I can get 4 of them side by side on the racking, and because they're not so wide, they don't stick out so far. They only stick about that far, which is good because that means you can sort of see in just enough to see what should be in there. And I've already started. Hang on. Right, that is all shit. That is decorating, horse, car cleaning stuff. All the chairs and parasols that you never ever use, but for some reason women think are a good idea, and then we'll maybe use them for the first year, and then it will just sit there and goes rotten. I've got so many custom cable ties that I've actually got 2 boxes, one for orange and one for black. and I've been putting numbers on them, but at some point I will have to do some proper stickers, because when you get around here, I know you can see that on the camera, but I can't read that. It's far too dark. So I think nice little little stickers on there. I've got one of those little handheld label maker type things. Alright, back to it. As I'm sorting stuff out, I'm going to have to be a bit mercenary with things I'm throwing away. And don't panic, those actually don't work. They just kill themselves for absolutely no reason. That used to run on AA batteries. The AA batteries have turned to mush, so that's crap. This was something I did try very early on before DDT for all. This was a Renault version of that MB Star type thing. He didn't want to know. I'm not even sure what this is, to be honest. If you take Galetto 4, I don't even remember buying it, to be honest, but if I don't remember what it is, that can go in the bin as well.